Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keith Andrew Network. I am your host, Keith Andrew, the one and only Keith Andrew, and I'm here with the talented and beautiful Alisha Marks. I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
And the honor's all mine. And if I butcher your name, I apologize because I have it on my phone text to speech, so it pronounces it for me, and that's how it's pronounced.
It's okay. I've been called Alisha, Alyssa. It's Alisha. It's all good.
So you know it's going to be a half hour, 33 minutes of your time. You can say anything you want, talk about whatever you want. And for people who want to know what my show's about, the whole point of my show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, and to prove to them you still amount to something. Hashtag break the labels. That being said, starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
I can talk a lot. Well, I am an actress. I am a writer, TV show creator, and I'm an award-winning youth acting coach. And pretty much everything and I'm a filmmaker. I have produced, I've directed, I love being creative. And acting I've been studying since I was a kid, but writing and directing and producing and editing, all that stuff, I'm self-taught. And I'm happy, very happy that you reached out to me, and, honored to be here because and this is something that I haven't talked about openly, really to the public, but starting out from elementary school into college, I was in learning disability classes, and it was something that was very hard for me growing up. I didn't understand. Nobody talked to me about it. And I was in honors English classes and gifted English classes, but then I was in learning disability classes for math. So as a child, it was very confusing. And, as an adult, I've accepted it. And I haven't let that label me. I haven't, let that, stop me from being the best that I can be. I'm constantly working on myself to be a better person, and everything that I do, I do it with my heart because I really want to encourage and inspire people that you can do anything. I am not only, that on the outside people could say, oh, wow, that was so hard for you, and people look down on you, they don't know how to talk to people that have had learning disabilities, but also too, I've lost my parents and grandparents, and I came from abuse as a child, and abuse, growing up in different, relationships and everything. And even though that I faced a lot of hardships, I've learned to use that, transform that pain, and use it as fuel to use my creativity, my talent to inspire people. So that's a little bit about me. I live in LA. I've been here for almost 13 years, and I'm from Miami, and I absolutely love being at the ocean. That's one of my favorite things to do. It really inspires me, and it's very soothing. So what do you want to know?
I was just waiting until you finished. Now I was going to jump in. The first question I was going to ask you is, did you ever do any sports growing up? And were you a study nerd or a party animal?
Sports? Not really. I was always dancing, I was singing, taking acting lessons since I was very, starting at 3 years old. I did play tennis, and I did really enjoy it. But then in 1992, we had Hurricane Andrew, and then I lost all my stuff, the house and everything, and I had all my tennis rackets that they got like messed up. So after that, I never got back to tennis, but I love it. I love watching basketball. And was I studious or a party animal? Well, I did get into trouble. I did party a lot. Um, I got my car when I was 15, and then my mom told me that I wasn't allowed to drive until I was 18, which is great because she was protecting me because I grew up in Miami. Miami is like a party city. And yeah.
All right. What about, did he ever get the chance to do one of those, human pyramids, or not into the whole human pyramid thing?
No human pyramids for me.
Would he ever
No,
be interested in doing one, or is not your forte?
no,
I love that stuff. I'm a loser.
oh, no.
Now, in the other questions I ask you, you mentioned, and then I saw that you're a writer, producer, throwing it out there, just spitballing an idea. How would you be interested in, say, hypothetically, I approached you with an idea about taking my show to the next level or writing about me? Hypothetically, would that catch your interest, or do you think just keep doing what I'm doing?
Um, yeah, I
Honest
mean,
opinion.
we could talk about it, definitely. Because I think that you have a strong message, and I have 3 completed pilot TV shows that I've written, and every show has a message in it about transformation and overcoming adversity, which is so important because a lot of people will let labels stop
Yeah.
them, and then they put the stipulation in their mind that this is who they are. And I know that you have the message that that's not who you are, that you're more than that. So yeah, everything is possible. I'm a positive believer that everything is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, who influenced you to start your career? As an actress, I'm going to just throw the ball at you. Actress, writer. Let's start with those two. For the actress and writer, who influenced you, and why did you get started?
Um, well, creatively, because I'm like a creative being. My grandmother was a photographer. She had a dance studio when I was growing up, so I started dancing when I was really young. And she was a painter, and she would take me to every theater production, every ballet that was going on in Miami, and I would sit there and I would hold her equipment and I would watch, what was going on in the performances. So she's been a huge inspiration for me creatively, and taught me that you don't have to be just one thing, just an actress. And I grew up so inspired by Lucille Ball. I love Lucy. I love comedy. She was always a huge influence for me. And then as I got older, oh, my puppy Zoe wants to die. She was sitting in my lap. Um,
That's fine. Your dog's more than welcome to be part of it.
she's going to bed. She's like, I'm done. And as writing, I've I love Tina Fey. She's an actress, writer, producer. She's always inspired me. Her comedy, I love the the realness of it, but then the edginess of it. I mean, I could go on. I have many people that inspire me, and then I have dream people that I want to work with.
Now, next question I was going to ask you is, who were some of the famous people that you got the chance to work with?
Um, well, I have a film coming out this year, but I can't talk about it because I'm, signed an NDA. But people can go to my IMDb page, and you could see. I don't like talking about that. I get weird, but yeah, I mean, you can find me, on my website and IMDb, AlishaMarks.com. Um, yeah.
And the same thing for me. I'm on Twitter. You can follow me. If we're going to talk about social media, that's my next subject. But
Yeah.
for people who want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter. Hashtag. Actually, it's not hashtag. I keep getting those two confused. Hashtag and at. Twitter at KeithAndrewNetwork, Instagram at KeithAndrewNetwork, YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, KeithAndrewNetwork, Facebook, it's at KeithAndrewNetwork.com, that's my fan page. And while on the subject of social media, is do you think social media dictates your career, or do you think it has a big influence?
Do I think it dictates my career? No, I don't think so. There's a lot of people that feel that if you don't have a huge following, then you're not going to get opportunities. I believe that what you believe, you put out there, and then you get that back to you. Because I've had, different opportunities come to me. I mean, it helps for my business, for, my kids' coaching budget. Couldn't speak for a second. My kids' coaching business, because parents always want to see and know what my students are doing. So I post up, what's going on and everything. And I love, I have an Instagram for my kids' coaching, which is at the Marks, Marks method, METHOD. I love posting up inspiring quotes and acting tips and everything. So it's, like I said, everything that I do, I want to use my life to inspire and encourage people to believe in themselves and to go after what they really want. I think that's so important because society teaches us that no, you can't, but everything is possible.
I agree with you. It's all about breaking the labels.
Yes.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, have you ever worked with people with disabilities besides me? Have you ever worked with people with disabilities, and are you willing to work with people with disabilities?
I've had a few students that I've coached that had some learning disabilities, and I was able to, the parents were very fearful of kind of them. They didn't know how they're going to react, but since I'm so in tune to that and so sensitive, I know how to work with students with disabilities and encourage and inspire them. Willing to work with people with disabilities? Absolutely, because, part of my life, I had a learning disability, and I haven't let that stop me at all. I'm self-taught with my writing. I got my screenwriting program, which is called Final Draft, and I learned how to use that. I started writing about a year and a half ago, and I almost sold one of my shows last year to a network, and now I'm working with a manager to start getting, my shows out there, and I know that I will. It's coming soon. It's going to happen, and people will see me not just as an actress, writer, acting coach. I will, be out there in Hollywood where people can watch my creativity and talent on a larger scale.
So. Yeah, absolutely. What about, have you ever had a time where, two questions in one. The first part is, have you ever had a time where you worked with someone and then they tried to weasel their way out of it? And the second time,
I'm sorry, say that again?
All right, let's just focus on the first one. Don't mind me, my mind's all over the place. Have you ever had a time in your life where you had to work with someone and you thought it was a great, I don't know, in my case, segment, or it was a great project, and then you found out they tried to weasel their way out of it with fake excuses?
Well, have I been burned? Yes, I have. Unfortunately, with my writing, I wrote a short some years back, and then found out that the person produced it anyways, and took my name off of it when I wrote it. I've learned since then you have to protect, your content. So I've learned that I have to get everything registered with the guild and get it copywritten. Unfortunately, it happens. But I think as you become more aware to it and wiser to it, then you learn and use, your gut. Because a lot of times, we can feel if someone or a situation isn't right, and just allowing yourself to be open to that so you don't get burned. So, yeah.
I'm the same way. That's why I only interview people who sign permission forms.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't sign the permission form, I want nothing to do with that person.
Yeah.
Because when I first started, I did about 300 interviews. And little by little, people say, yeah, my agent said, my publicist said, you ask a lot of stupid questions. We don't want to be associated with people like you. You're hurting my image. You're not who you say you are. You're degrading. And they make, I don't, I don't,
That's terrible.
oh, go ahead.
Why would someone say that about you?
I have no idea.
Mm.
People are just full of shit. As it's uncensored, you say what you want, but that's what I came across. They're full of BS. Because why did we do the interview? Only 6 months later or a year later, it's like, oh, I changed my mind. And at the time, I had no permission form, so I was thinking people got the word. And now it's like, here's the permission form. Same thing you did. I introduce myself. I tell you what the show is about. And you're agreeing to let me have all use of the interview as long as it doesn't discriminate against you and me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, and there's other people too. It's like, oh, you have to pay me for my time. It's kind of like, yeah, if I pay you, then it's kind of like I'm bribing you to do the interview. You're not doing the interview because I believe you're doing the right thing. It's like it's like if I pay you to write about me, you're not writing about me because, it's a heartfelt thing and I'm doing the right thing. You're just doing it, and that's using you for an example. You're just using that person like for a payday. So it's kind of like, which one is it? Is it a good thing or is it a payday? But yeah, this June will be officially 5 years. For the past 4.5 years, I met some great people. I met some people that were one-hit wonders. Where they said, we did the interview once, we want us to do you. And there's other people that were kind of, that. But, it's life. You're going to meet some great people, and you're going to meet some hypocrites along the way. It's not going to be point A to point Z. You have to go A, B, C, D. You have to hit all those corners, and it doesn't matter how many times there's a roadblock in your way. You're just going to plow on through.
It's true.
Now,
wise words.
Now, go ahead.
No, I said wise words.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, what were some of your favorite projects that you're working on, and what were some of your favorite that you ever created?
Favorite projects that I worked on was a period piece. Was set in the 20s, and actually I was watching some of the footage from it last night, and I love the 20s, and the set was really beautiful and ornate, and yeah, that was awesome. Other projects, I have this one film, which I can't talk about, that's coming out this year, but I can say I played a badass, which was fun. And that was awesome. That's called Adi Shankar's Gods and Secrets. The one that I was talking about before was the 1920s. That's called Marguerite. And another film that I absolutely loved, super sweet, wonderful people. I shot it in Ohio, and I got to live in a small town for about almost a month, which was really fun because I never experienced that. And that was called Randomosity. And the people, the actors, the crew, everyone, they were just so nice and so kind and generous, and it became this family. On set, and that was a really awesome experience. And my projects, well, I love my TV shows that I've written. When I read them, I just laugh hysterically, and I'm like, wow, I'm good. I'm an awesome writer, and I've been told that over and over. So those I really love. I actually just put it up on Funny or Die today. It's a little short, like a spec that I made for Doritos, a spec commercial, but it's like I use it as a short film. It's called Puppy Love, and my dog was in it. I wrote it, I directed it, I produced it, I cast it, and I starred in it. And that I was shooting a movie where I was acting in it, and I was sitting there on set, because when you're on set, you have a lot of downtime. And I'm like, I just feel like writing something. So I wrote it, and it's 30 seconds. And I got the most amazing cast, crew, people. As one guy came with a truck of equipment for free just because people really loved my story and wanted to support it. And it's a cute little project. And I've been told that it's like has like a Woody Allen vibe, which is huge because I love Woody Allen. So it's an honor that people will compare my writing, directing to Woody Allen. And yeah, those are, just like off the top of my head, some things that I've worked on in front and behind the camera that I love.
All right. Now, I do have one more question for you, but I'm going to save it for after our break. So we're taking a break right now. When we come back, I'm going to ask you that question. And then we're going to pass the show over to you.
Very.
Arlene Schofield.
My name is Shireen Snow.
My name is Carla A. Miles.
Diana Camuto.
This is Christine Dunford.
I'm me, Eden.
Caroline Macy. This is Walker Fannin.
Maria Camille Dixon.
Emma Dates Wardam.
My name is Linda Preston, and you're watching the Keith Andrew Network.
Me, Mark Medley.
Hi everybody, this is Mark Neely.
Barry Papick.
This is Peter Bruno.
My name is Kyle Collier.
This is Julio Santiago, better known as Dynamite.
I'm Richard Epcar.
Orange Chow.
This is Kerrigan Mahan.
This is Goldar.
And we both support
Keith Andrew.
My name is Ron Wasserman, and I am supporting Keith Andrew and what he is doing, and you better do the same, or I'm going to come kick your ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Keith Andrew Network. This is episode 491. I'm here as the talented and beautiful Ms. Marks. I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my show.
Thank you. It's been great.
Now, my last question for you, I was going to say before we go on the break, is what can you tell us about your acting company?
My acting company? I don't have an acting company, but...
Oh, you're teaching.
Oh, teaching.
Yeah,
oh, okay. Oh, no worries. Well, I've been coaching children actors since 2011, and I mainly do it over Skype, and I absolutely love it. I've had kids that have been on huge shows, movies, booked commercials, which is really cool. I know the parents, a lot of the parents, they want to know, oh, what's your student book? What are your students booking? What's their success rate, blah, blah, blah. That's awesome, which I'm super excited when my students book jobs. That means I'm doing something right. But the biggest thing for me is to really encourage and inspire them to believe in themselves, because society teaches us to have a, confidence on a surface level, but it's really about deep within, like having a deep inner confidence and deep belief, and that's among all the amazing acting tools that I teach my students. I really love to solidify a foundation for them to have a deep inner confidence and belief in themselves. I've been in front and behind the camera, since I was a kid pretty much, and I've seen so many people like completely just lose their heart and be jaded from the entertainment industry, because it's not an easy business. It's a really harsh, tough business. But if you love it and you believe in yourself, then you will have a career. I do, like I've talked about, I act, I write, I direct, I produce, and I teach acting to kids. And for me, I don't have like I'm not just one thing. I'm not just an actress, because I believe that, everyone can have, their different creative outlets, and it's really important to have that. And that's what I teach my students too as well, because they're kids. And if they just sit and focus on acting and they don't have any other interests, then they can end up, growing up very, closed-minded and what's the word that I'm trying to think of? Ignorant. But I lost my train of thought. But it's important. It's important for, kids are our future, right? And if they don't learn at a young age to have confidence and belief in themselves and also respect for themselves and respect for others, then they're going to turn out as not so nice adults. And acting, it's awesome. It's so awesome to book a job and get on set, and create, use your imagination and everything. But also, too, there's something that people don't talk about is that when you're on set and you get to a level, you start to have, a lot of actors can feel like a sense of entitlement because, you have people just giving things to you, and like someone's doing your hair and someone's doing your makeup and someone's fixing your clothes. And then you get off set and you expect like that's how life is supposed to be. And that's one of the many reasons why I love to encourage and inspire my students is really to teach them not to have a sense of entitlement and not to have let rejection get to them, because unless they go into an audition and they get on set and they're a complete jerk, you can't take things personal.
Yes.
So what's very important for me is to teach my students that even though they go into an audition and they don't get a call back and they don't book it, it's not a personal thing. If they go in with appreciation and gratitude for being there, then they book it, they go on set with appreciation and gratitude for being there, then, it's not a personal thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, kids will take things personal. I mean, it's human nature to take things personal. And as an actor, you're constantly being judged. And that's something huge that, I teach my students. It's like, you go, you have fun, you do your best job, you leave. You don't take it personal unless you go in and you're giving, them attitude or you're acting like a little brat. Then, yeah, okay, take it personal. But you can't take it personal. So, yeah, and I'm an award-winning acting coach. In the last, 7 or 8 months, I won 2 awards, which is awesome. I won Most Loved Acting Studio on HuluFrog.com for 2018. And for 2017, I won Top Acting Coach on Lessons.com, which is awesome.
No, congrats.
Thanks.
Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. Wrapping up our interview segment, when I first approached you, what was your first... Actually, I'm asking the last question first, but it doesn't matter. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction, and what made you say yes?
My first reaction was, yes, I want to do this, because, I was able, you want to encourage and inspire people, because even though you had a learning disability and you want to show people that, if you set your mind to something, you can do it. And that's what I'm all about. I had a learning disability growing up, and I'm self-taught. And everything I do, I want to encourage and inspire people. So I resonated and believed and wanted to support your mission.
No, I appreciate it. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But how can people follow you? Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter, Stage 32? What social medias do you use?
I am on Instagram for my personal page. It's Alisha Marks Alisha ALISHA _Marks MARKS, and then my coaching Instagram is the Marks MARKS method METHOD. My coaching website is super easy. It's thebestkidactingcoach.com. And my personal website is Alisha Marks, super easy, ALISHA MARKS. You can find me on Facebook, but I'm almost about to hit 5,000 people. so I don't think I can start accepting any more friends. But you're more than welcome to follow me. And IMDb.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to say, what about Twitter?
It's funny. I have a Twitter. I don't really use it that often. I think it's Alisha Marks Axe.
The reason I asked is I found it. I didn't know if you use it or not.
You found it. Yeah, I need to post on there more. I haven't been. I forget about Twitter because I'm all about my Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
So, yeah, follow me. And on YouTube, I have different videos and different things, you could check out under Alisha Marks and my reels and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm pretty easy to find online. Not in life. Not in life. Don't find me in life because I don't post where I am publicly.
That's true. Now, Stay tuned for off-the-air questions about wrapping up our interview segment. It was a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
Thank you. That was great.